College of Arts and Department of English organized guest lecture on introduction to poetry. Today's resource person is our best friend, Professor Tanaji Devkule from Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. Friends, as you all of you know, the meaning of poetry and the importance of poetry in English literature. Today's resource person, Tanaji Devkule, when he was a student of Chhatrapati Shivaji College, he recognized as a hard worker student, very sincere students, and as a professor, he is also recognized as a very sincere professor. So today he will motivate our students. Today's lecture is specially for the student of English department, but it is open for all. So I kindly request my best friend who was working in Rayat Shikshan Sanstha, who was established by Padma Bhushan Bhaurao Patil. The Chhatrapati Shivaji College was the first established by Bhaurao Patil. So it is a very meaningful thing for us. Professor Tanaji Devkule was working there. He is working there since I think more than 20 years. So I kindly request Professor Tanaji Devkule to deliver his lecture on poetry. Thank you, Professor Tanaji Devkule.
Good morning, all of you. Principal of College of Big One, my friend Professor Sandeep Sate, my another friend Dr. Prashant Saure, and the colleagues of this college, and dear students. Just my friend Professor Sandeep Sate introduced me. He told, I am a student of Rayat Shikshan Sanstha's Chhatrapati Shivaji College, Satara. And in 1998, we, Dr. Sandeep Sate, Prashant Saure, and we were learning in the same college in 1998. and now I am working in the same college as an associate professor. At the outset, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
At the
Yes,
outset,
you are audible. Yes, you are audible.
at the outset, I would like to thank Principal, College of Arts, Big One, for giving me an opportunity to deliver a lecture for the students of Department of English, College of Arts, Big One. Dear students, the topic of our discussion is Introduction of Poetry or Introduction to Poetry. As a student of UG, you know about the poems, but still, from the point of view literature, we will discuss in concern about the poetry. Dear students, literature, we can say Sahitya in Marathi, Wangmai, is nothing but it is the picture of our actual life. And it is an expression of emotions, of ideas and ideals. Emotions are reflected, ideas are reflected, ideals are reflected in the literature. Poetry, novel, drama, these are the major forms of literature. Biography, autobiography, short stories, one-act plays. In Marathi, we can say Kavita, Kadambari, Natka, Charitra, Atmacharitra. All these are the forms of literature. But poetry, novel, drama, these are the major forms of literature. And people, those who are interested in reading, writing, use these forms to express their thoughts, feelings, desires, and opinions. They express their thoughts, feelings, desires, and also opinions. People, in a sense, writers. Writers, that may be poet, novelists, dramatists, all these writers observe the society and they write in concern about the society, how to live the life. These writers gives us directions how to live the life. And it is because of that they express their thoughts, feelings, desires, and opinions. Dear students, poetry is one of the three major forms of literature. So first of all, just I am introducing you. What is meant by poetry? What is the definition of the poetry? What is the meaning of the poetry? Dear students, writing that formulates a concentrated imaginative awareness of experience in language chosen and arranged to create a specific emotional response through meaning, sound, and rhythm. In simple language, in poetry, there is concentration of imaginative awareness. Imagination is there. Imagination, that means kalpana. Imaginative awareness of experience, what we experience in the society. It may be our personal experiences, observation of the society. Just I told, literature is nothing but reflection of the society. And that experiences from the point of imaginative way, we choose a language, we choose proper words, and with these words, the writer, the poet, create a specific emotional response through meaning, sound, and rhythm. So, in a simple way, in poetry, there is sound, there is rhythm, there is rhyme. Here is given one definition. A simple definition is given here. According to Dr. Johnson, poetry is metrical composition. Poetry is metrical composition. And added that it is the art of uniting pleasure with truth by calling imagination to help of reason. Poetry is a metrical composition. It is not like novel or drama. Systematically, words are chosen in a proper place. And what is the aim of the poetry? The aim of the poetry is to get the pleasure. To get the pleasure. To give the pleasure. Minimum words, maximum pleasures. In poetry, there are minimum words, but it gives more and more pleasure. Poetry has new and new dimensions according to the readers. And in that, you see, there is imagination to help of reason. Students, imagination is there, no doubt, but still there is addition of reason. फक्त भावना आणि भावनाच नसते, तर त्याच्यामध्ये बौद्धिक दृष्टिकोनातून मांडणी केलेली असते. बौद्धिक आणि भावनिक यांची सांगड ज्याच्यामध्ये घातली जाते ती म्हणजे कविता. कल्पना आणि बुद्धी, we can say brain and heart. Brain is there and heart also there. That is meant by poetry. It touches to our heart. Then second, another definition is also given here, which is famous everywhere. According to William Wordsworth, poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. What is poetry? In poetry, there are feelings, powerful feelings, what we experience spontaneously. All these words, all these experiences we put on the paper. Spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings that touched to our heart. And it takes its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility. At a proper time, you are in a peace and calm, lonely mood, and thinking goes on, thinking and thinking calmly and quietly, and all this thinking reflected in a poem, according to William Wordsworth. With the definitions, you will get the idea of the poem or poetry. In short, poetry is nothing but feelings, imagination, emotions by using proper words with sound and rhythm. Now we will discuss some characteristics of poetry. After the definition, after the meaning, we will understood some characteristics of poetry. In simple
देवकुळे सर हॅलो म्यूट झालं तुमचं देवकुळे सर म्यूट झाले म्यूट हॅलो
देवकुळे सर आवाज येत नाही. हॅलो सर आवाज येत नाही.
देवकुळे सर म्यूट झालं तुमचं अनम्यूट युअर सेल्फ अनम्यूट युअर सेल्फ फर्स्ट
फोन करा सर त्यांना आवाज जात नाही बहुतेक. साठे सर फोन करा त्यांना.
Okay, am I audible now? Hello.
हा येतोय येतोय.
Okay, okay, okay. Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So there are some characteristics. Poetry is nothing but expression of imagination. It is antithesis of science and not the truth, we can say. Poetry is the spirit of knowledge. In poetry, you will see there is profound knowledge. Just we read Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these are the epic poems. It is impassioned expression. Poetry is a criticism of life. When we see it's a rhythmical language in a poetry. Poetry is imaginative and emotional interpretation of life and deal with facts, experiences, and problems of life. Poetry relates to our emotions and transforms them into imagination. So these are the characteristics of the poetry. Now we come to the another point, and which is related to our poems. This is the main difference, poetry and other forms of literature. In poetry, you will see there are literary and critical terms, and one of them is figures of speech. In poetry, there are used some figures of speech to decorate a thought, to illustrate an idea, to often some bitter truth, or to make melodious compositions, or to present a concept in a novel way, innovative way. Figures of speech decorates our thoughts, and it is because of that we see poetry in a different way. There are more than 200 of figures of speech in English, and they are classified into various groups on the basis of comparison, contrast, association, construction, sound also, and syntax. All these are figures of speech classified in a different groups. Just I told, this is we are introducing only poetry, and it is because of that I will touch only few of them in front of you. Dear students, one form of one example of poetry, figure of speech, is alliteration. The use of the same sound at the beginning of words that are near each other. One example is given here. Sara's 7 siblings like to sing. Sara's 7 siblings like to sing. Yes, the repetition of the sound, yes, at the beginning of this word is reflected. Sa. Sara's 7 siblings like to sing. Another example you will see. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew. B and F sound reflected in the first line. The furrow followed free. First sound is again in the second line. And these are the words from S.T. Coleridge's poem. See the another example. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. The poem is written by William Blake. And in that poem, you will see the alliteration, how the alliteration is. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. T, T, B, B. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Sound and rhythm. And choosing of the words are reflected here. So this type of figure of speech is called alliteration. Now another example is the figure of speech is the similes. What is meant by simile? Students, a simile is a comparison of two things using the words like or as. One example is given here. As sweet as honey. As sweet as honey. Another example, look. Racing like a frightened rabbit. Frightened rabbit. The picture shows here. The boy is like a frightened rabbit. See the another example from one poem. My love is like a red rose. My love is like a red rose. It's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like a melody that sweetly played in tune. Here are two similes. In the first line, simile. My love is like a red rose. Love is compared to red rose. Whereas in the third line, you will see, oh, my love's like a melody. Here it is compared to a melody. So, like, as words are used while writing, while composing the poems to express similes. See the another example here. Metaphors. Compare something to something else. There is comparison. Black as coal, busy as bee, good as gold, slow as a snail. All these examples, words. See the another example here from the poem William Wordsworth. All the words a stage and all the men and women players. In this example, the word is regarded as a stage. Word is nothing but stage. This is the difference between similes and metaphor. In simile, we can say like this, but in metaphor, word itself is a stage. Word itself is a stage. And all the men and women players. And the men and women are players on the stage. In another word, we can say the word becomes the stage and men and women are the actors. When there is drama, drama is acted on the stage just like this. जग ही काय आहे तर रंगभूमी आहे. Total word is the रंगभूमी. And all men and women are players, actors patra, we can say in Marathi, on the stage. See the next example. Personification. Another figure of speech is personification. Non-human things or abstract concepts are spoken of as thought they have life or human attributes or feelings. When we say Marathi poem, Fularani, in that poem you will see the description, हिरवे हिरवे गार गालीचे, हिरवे हिरवे गार गालीचे, हरित तृणांच्या मखमालीचे, त्या सुंदर मखमालीवरती फुलराणी ही खेळत होती. When you see the picture and you will understood, in that picture you will see हिरवे हिरवे गार गालीचे. The green grass is just like a bed and it is personified with the human being. Human beings sleep on the bed and it is because of that here it is personified to the human being. Grass is personified with the human being. हिरवे हिरवे गार गालीचे, हरित तृणांच्या मखमालीचे. ओके, आणि त्या सुंदर मखमालीवरती फुलराणी ही खेळत होती. Means here you will see non-human beings, or we can say things or abstract concepts are attributed just like a human being, and this figure of speech is called personification, which included in poetry. Here are given some examples. The tree is nodded to the weary traveler. The night has 1,000 eyes and the day but one. The old armchair coldly received the fat visitor. The clever crow dropped pebbles into the jar till the water rose high enough for him to drink. In these examples, trees, night, day, armchair, crow are personified. Like human beings, the trees nodded to the weary traveler. Day, the armchair, the crow are described as human being having human attributes or feelings. Means abstract ideas such as virtues, vices, states of mind are often personified to present a lively and more effective description. And it is because of that we people, after reading the poem, get pleasures. So, literature, and in that, poem or poetry gives us more and more pleasure. To satisfy or to get pleasure, reading poetries are very important. Here is given one example of hyperbole. Drink to me only with thine eyes. Exaggeration is here. Vegetable love should grow, but word enough and time. Here we find lovers' strong desire to love and impatient for it. All these are figures of speech, Alankaric Bhasha, we can say. अलंकारिक शब्द कवितेमध्ये मांडले जातात. And it is because of that poems gives us more and more pleasure. It gives us interest to read it again and again. So there are some types of poetry. Some differences are there. Just we are human beings. Parts of body, eyes, nose, face, cheeks also, all parts are there, but there is differences between the faces. One person's face is different from the another person. Just like this, while writing poems, there are some differences. And these differences are called types of poetry. Writing is different. Mainly there are two types. One is subjective poetry and second one is objective poetry. Here I will give you some examples. Am I audible? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Is the screen visible?
You are visible.
Okay. Now see, this is one example of writing the poems. And this is called ode. ODE, ode. Ode is a strain of enthusiastic and exaggerated lyric verse, which is a lyric work. Enthusiasticness is there. Enthusiastic, directed to fixed purpose. There is fixed purpose. And dealing progressively with on dignified theme. There are some words which express enthusiasticness, which addresses, it may be minor thing, but it gives more pleasure. In English literature, you will see there is ode to nightingale, ode to the west wind, ode to the autumn. All these are odes addressed to someone or something, and in which you will see the values of human lives. The values of human lives reflected in that words, which gives us some moral how to live the life. The next type is elegy. An elegy is an expression of the emotion of sorrow, hope, and despair. Elegy is nothing but there is sorrow, there is awe and despair. Dear students, elegy is a lament over the dead person. Elegy is a lament over the dead person. In our simple language, we can say a sad song. Elegy is nothing but a sad song. This is one type of poetry. And here in picture you will see crying is here. Crying is here. In our syllabus, there is one poem, O Captain, My Captain. O Captain, My Captain. This is the elegy which is addressed to the captain. Here is given example here. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done, and the ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. This poem, O Captain, my Captain, is addressed to the captain. First of all, when we read this poem, we enjoy it just like a trip. We enjoy it, but after that, you will find in that poem there is meaning. Metaphor is there. Metaphor is used there. A sustained metaphor, or there is a chain of metaphors also. Actually, in the poem, Abraham Lincoln is the captain. O Captain, my Captain, Abraham Lincoln, President of America, is the captain. And our fearful trip is done. That means there is struggle. There is struggle for freedom, liberty, equality, and fraternity. There is struggle for freedom. In America, at that time, there is struggle for identity, for freedom, quarrel between black and white. And that ship represents the movements. And the wreck means odds and troubles. There are so many obstacles, so many difficulties are there. So many obstacles, so many difficulties are there, but still they overcome all these things, and at last the prize is to freedom. At last they get the freedom. Black people, they have their own freedom. So in this way, that type of metaphors are also used in the elegy, which expresses, which gives us lament over the dead person, sorrowness. Then another example is ballad, which is very famous. Ballad is nothing but a song. Ballad is nothing but a song, a strong narrative substance, one story, a strong narrative substance. Narration is there. One poem, one ballad, it may be one book, and it is sung to the accompaniment of dancing. There are so many ballads. Here is given one picture of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. There are so many, in Marathi we can say Povada on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Narveer Sambhaji Maharaj, Tanaji Malusare. So many Povadas there in Marathi. So this is different form of writing poetry. I know I am only introducing you some devices of poetry. Here is another type of lyric. Lyric is here. What is lyric? All are actually lyrical poems, a strange musical instrument. The meaning of the lyric is musical instrument, and it is known to the Greeks. But in the course of time, this musical accompaniment of the lyric was dropped, and the word came to signify any short poem or song expressing the personal emotions and experiences of the poet. Personal emotions, personal experiences are reflected in the poem. For example, in Marathi, there is one lyric, जन पळभर म्हणतील हाय हाय. जन पळभर म्हणतील हाय हाय, मी जाता राहील कार्य काय. सूर्य तळपतील, चंद्र झळकतील, तारे आपुला क्रम आचरतील, असेच वारे पुढे वाहतील, मी जाता राहील कार्य काय. The experience of the poet. After my death, what will happen? After my death, nothing will happen. My relatives, my close, my wife, it may be, पळभर म्हणतील हाय हाय. They will cry sometime only. But there is no big difference. In the sky there rises sun, okay, moon is there, stars also there, air also there. Is there any difference? मी जाता राहील कार्य काय? Nothing will differentiate. Everything is okay. And it is because of that it teaches us how to live in the society. It gives us moral, it gives us values, how to live in the society. After our death, nothing will change. Nothing will change. Everything will remain. And it is because of that you should behave in the society in a proper way. So that type of another example is here, sonnet. Sonnet is a short lyric, but it has meter, composition of meter. In sonnet there are 14 lines. There are some types of sonnets, italic sonnet, Shakespearean sonnet, Miltonic sonnet. Okay, and this form of lyric is used to express love for his beloved. Its use became the mark Petrarchan love poetry all over Europe in the 16th century, and today also this form is available. There are so many subjects of the sonnets. Here is given, friends are forever. Those who is beloved, okay, love and beloved is there. Friends are forever. Love is there. Love is there. In Marathi, there is one poem. नवीन कवीच्या नवीन कविता असतात आणि आपापल्या पद्धतीनं शब्द रचले की कविता झाली. नवीन कविता काय, नवीन कवी कशी कविता तयार करतो बघा. असे असावे प्रेम केवळ, असे असावे प्रेम केवळ, शब्दानेच नव्हे तर नजरेने समजणारे. असे असावे प्रेम केवळ, शब्दानेच नव्हे तर नजरेने समजणारे. पुढे म्हणतो कवी, असे असावे प्रेम केवळ, सावलीतच नव्हे उन्हात साथ देणारे. पुढे जाऊन कवी असं म्हणतो, असे असावे प्रेम केवळ, सुखातच नव्हे तर दुःखातही साथ देणारे. This is the sonnet, love poem, which expresses the definition of the love. which expresses the definition of the love. The love is defined in this poem. Love, the meaning of the love, is defined in the poem. Okay. Here, poet expresses his spiritual love. Spiritual love is expressed in this poem. Here are given some examples of Indian English poetry, how the Indian English poetry flourished in the pre-independence period. Rabindranath Tagore got the Nobel Prize for literature of his Gitanjali, a collection of poems in which he has given the tradition of Indian devotional poetry of Sant Kabir, Sant Janabai, and Sant Tukaram also. And his message is spiritual, both Hindu and universal at one hand and the same. In post-independence, there are also some poets, A.K. Ramanujan, R. Parsarthi, Arun Kolladkar. Arun Kolladkar got Commonwealth Poetry Prize for his Jejuri poems. Kamala Das is there. So many poets are there. Nissim Ezekiel deals about love, loneliness, lust, creativity, political pomposity, human foibles, urban life, all these themes reflected in the poems of Nissim Ezekiel. Here is one poem, Arun Kolladkar, who belongs to Kolhapur, and one poem is The Butterfly. See the beginning of the poem. There is no story behind it. It is split like a second. It hangs around itself. It has no future. It is pinned down to no past. It's a pun on the present. It's a little yellow butterfly. It has taken these wretched hills under its wings. Just a pinch of yellow, it opens before it closes, and it closes before to it. Where is it? A minor thing in the universal is reflected in the poem, and which gives us profound knowledge or ideas of how to live the life. Here is another poem, Arun Kolladkar's, An Old Woman. In this poem, you will see woman wants 50 paise coin. 50 paise coin. Okay? With some these explanations, how the poetry as a major form of literature. In short, poetry gives us maximum meaning with minimum words. And according to our own, we can find out the meanings of the words also. So, reading poems gives us more and more pleasure. With this, I conclude my lecture here. I would like to thank once again Principal of College of Arts Big One, Department of English, and my friends, Professor Sandeep Sate, Professor Dr. Prashant Saure, IQAC coordinator, and all the staff for giving me an opportunity to deliver a lecture of your students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Tanaji Devkule, sir. It is really a matter of ecstasy for me and the staff, student of our college, In the last an hour, we wander in the province of poetry, and it gives us only happiness. So, in your lecture, you take a survey of poetry, and you told that poetry is a matter of both brain. In the lecture, you try to define poetry, and one of the famous definition that is poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling and emotions reflected in tranquility by Wordsworth, which really attract the readers towards the poetry. So poetry is a criticism of life. So these kinds of definitions you told in your lecture. Uh, Definitely, uh, you try to explain the definition, characteristics, figures of speech, types of poetry by giving both English and Marathi examples. So your lecture really help us and our students. Not only your lecture informs us, but it make us to go in the province of poetry. So on behalf of Department of English College of Arts, Big One, and on my own behalf, I thank you for giving such a wonderful lecture. Thank you, and hope the similar kind of that is help from you in future. So thank you, Professor Tanaji Devkale. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.